What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really let Hello Casting Wardrobe? Y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not gonna see it. We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, "Baby, you ate on this first date. You giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins." That's how I do theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was gonna, I thought Lil Murder was gonna turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have some blue thongs or blue, jock straps, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Hey people, what's going on? What is up? What is up? What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey y'all, I am here. Welcome to Run Your Mouth. I am L Teddy 27, here to give you all of your news and headlines that happened while you were at work. We're gonna do our thing over here. The thing gonna be thangin', and we're gonna do our thing over here and make it do what it do. Okay. Let me say hey to y'all, and then we're ready to get this party started. We'll be ready to get this party started in just a moment. Let me make sure the dossier is up. Okay, we got the dossier up. Okay, we ready. Hold on, I need a popsicle. Hold on. Let me go get me a popsicle. Ooh. That walk all the way from the kitchen to back here, that's a long walk. Jesus. Mm-hmm.
All right, we here. Hey, Brown Mama. Mm-hmm. The Informed. Hello, sir. How are you? Jason, what's good, bro? What is up? Hey, Demetria. Hey, crazy homebody girl. Janae, what's going on? Terrence, what's good, bruh? Say, Vaughn, how are you? Katrina, is good to see you. Tamara, we're always glad to have you here. Jeannie, hey, friend, what's going on? Hey, Paul. Is he okay? We ain't making funeral arrangements yet, so he must be okay. Hey, tacos and tequila. Hey, Miss E. Felicia, what's going on, beautiful? Tracy W, how are you? Lady T, it's good to see you. And we now have our resident music aficionado, Montrez, in the building. What's good, bro? He's our music aficionado. That'd be Montrez. Xavier, what's going on, boo? Mm-hmm. Hey, Uncle Jay. As y'all can probably imagine, there's a lot to discuss. Ooh, there is a lot to discuss, okay? All right. Y'all do this. Hit the like button, share the video out. We started late today. We had a teacher project 2.0 live, and so we started a little bit late. So the algorithm is kind of off for us because the algorithm is used to us starting earlier than we did. So go ahead and hit the like button, share the video out, all of those things. You on vacation? Oh, you get vacation? All right. You know I'm always down for it, Demetria. Run it by me. Go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know you ready. I see my girl, crazy homebody girl, already had her Shondo in the chat. Hey, Antonia. Mm. Hey, Ravine. Oh, this popsicle is so good. I'm glad I got two. All right. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So, as you can probably imagine, we start off today with the fact that, yes, we are in the middle of a government shutdown. The federal government is shut down. Shut down. Hey, grown woman, don't try me. Hey, precious jewel. Oh, I'm sorry, Larry. Antonia says she needed a repeat. Sorry, Larry. You got to come back out. Larry, Antonia says she needed a repeat. Come back out.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave, yeah, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. You know what, Larry? It's one of those days. Here's a third dose, another encore of Larry Myers.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave, yeah, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Here we are. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. I mean, this is where we are. This is where we are. This is where we are. Hey, Janae. Hey, lovely 31 Blueprint. Listen, y'all, I don't this is what I have for you, okay? This is what I have. I should just go ahead and make this the background. As a matter of fact, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just make this the background. Our girl is gonna be the background because, yeah, just make her the background and call it a day. Because that's where we are. That is where we are. Just make her the background. God of mercy, God of love. Lord. We is tired. We is tired. I mean, we are literally tired. Tired and fatigue. But nevertheless, work must be done. So, your current Speaker of the House, in the form of Republican representative from the great state of Louisiana, James Michael Johnson, he's on record saying that the government shutdown could, quote, ultimately could be a benefit to taxpayers, end of quote. And he said it would be a benefit if the Trump administration uses the opportunity to shrink the federal government in ways Republicans, quote, never had the votes in the Senate to do, end of quote. He said, quote, there are some good things that could come out of a shutdown, but there's pros and cons. The pro side is what Charlie was referring to and what I talked to the president about in the Oval Office 48 hours ago. It does give an opportunity to the power in charge, the president in charge, to make unilateral decisions that don't need a vote of Congress about which programs in the government are essential and which are not. Chuck Schumer very stupidly just walked right into that trap. He handed President Trump the keys to the kingdom. End of quote. He went on to say, quote, it does give an opportunity to eliminate bloated, unnecessary federal programs that we would like to vote down, but we never had the votes in Senate to do. Now we have the moment. So very real harm to real Americans, but ultimately could be a benefit to the country for taxpayers if in this process we can get rid of some of the government fat. End of quote. This was their plan. This absolutely was their plan. Hey, Complex 613. This was absolutely their plan. Hey, Cymera. They want Donald John to be able to make these, as they call them, unilateral decisions on behalf of the entire federal government with no oversight from Congress. Let him decide what's essential and not. Oh, it gets better because the founder and architect, main principal architect of Project 2025, John Vogt, who's now your director of the Office of Management and Budget, he told House Republicans on a call today that layoffs of federal workers will be coming in a day or two. And how is he able to do that? Because in the moment and in the case of government shutdown, OMB, the Office of Management and Budget, gets to determine what is and is not essential, what the government needs and what the government doesn't need. So now the architect and principal author of Project 2025 is now making all decisions and pulling levers on what we have within our federal government. Welcome to your authoritarian dictatorship. If you didn't think we were here already, we're here now. Hey, Yana. Now, this call came on a day on day one of the government shutdown is between Russell Vought and House Republicans. He hinted at the layoffs in a memo last week as the government shutdown loomed. He that directed agencies to quote use this opportunity to consider reduction in force notices for all employees in programs, projects, or activities, end of quote, that met certain conditions in a shutdown. That memo was widely seen as an attempt to further pressure Democrats into voting for the Republicans' bill to avert a shutdown. White House Press Secretary Caroline told reporters in a briefing today that the layoffs of federal workers are happening in 2 days, imminent, very soon. And that was an exact quote from her. She said it was happening in, quote, 2 days, imminent, very soon, end of quote. She said, quote, it's not clear all of those things are very synonymous with one another. These rifts, that's reduction in force, are unfortunately going to happen very soon. End of quote. Now, in the cases of government shutdowns, even in the past, the longest government shutdown being 35 days under 45 administration, that being Donald John's first administration. But during these government shutdowns, non-essential employees are typically furloughed and told to work without pay in a shutdown, and then they get back pay when they eventually return back to work. But the letter Russell Vogt sent out suggests that there could be permanent layoffs of non-essential employees. Vogt told those Republican House members that funding for food assistance for women, infants, and children food assistance program, that's the WIC program, would run out in the next week or two. Vice President J.D. Vance previewed the coming layoffs at a White House press conference where he said, quote, "We're going to have to lay some people off if the government shutdown continues. We don't like that. We don't necessarily want to do it, but we're going to do what we have to do to keep the American people's essential services, um, to keep the American people's essential services continuing to run." Hold on, y'all. Um, He went on to say, quote, "Let's be honest, if this thing drags on for another few days or God forbid another few weeks, we are going to have to lay people off." End of quote. I should remind you that the last government shutdown that was under 45's administration lasted from the end of 2018 to the beginning of 2019. And it was for 35 days. It was over a month. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now we know there have been some judges that have stopped and thwarted the president from unilaterally firing some agencies or some people in some of these agencies. But now they feel like that with there being a government shutdown, they have the right to do that forthwith, even though legal experts and constitutional experts say that's not true. Hey, Catherine Powell. In more shutdown news, well, and I'm sure my federal employees can speak to this story. Federal employees at multiple agencies received emails yesterday blaming congressional Democrats for a potential shutdown forced by the party, an unusual use of government communication and taxpayer dollars that typically steer clear of political comments. The email said, quote, "President Trump opposes a government shutdown and strongly supports enactment of H.R. 5371. Unfortunately, Democrats are blocking the continuing resolution in the U.S. Senate due to unrelated policy demands. If congressional Democrats maintain their current posture and refuse to pass a clean continuing resolution to keep the government funded before midnight on September 30th, 2025, federal appropriated funding will lapse." End of quote. And that's a portion of what the email said. The email goes on to say that each agency has a plan in place in the event of, quote, "any lapse in appropriations by congressional Democrats." End of quote. A similar email sent through the Department of Homeland Security also referenced the continuing resolution, saying, quote, "congressional Democrats are blocking its passage." End of quote. Here we are. Here we are. Now, in a normal administration, even the most conservative of Republican administration, you'd never have an email like that go out. But here we are. Here we are. Now, some people are saying this hinges on the threshold of a violation of the Hatch Act. Now, the Hatch Act bars federal employees, including political appointees, from electioneering at work, including in their communications with other staff, meaning you can't be doing all of this political stuff while working. They also say it hinges on a violation of the Hatch Act. The Anti-Lobbying Act. The Anti-Lobbying Act bars the use of federal funds for, quote, communications intended or designed to influence members of Congress, end of quote. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I want them to thread this needle for me. You saw that email? Who else got that? Anybody else got that email? I don't know if Candace F is in here. Hey, Ashton, what's going on, boo? Ashton with his cute self. You right about that, Simera. So we in a whole fucking government shutdown. Now, they are saying that by the weekend, they said 2 days. That means by the weekend, they plan on firing people. Not furloughing, firing people. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the military is not being paid. TSA is not being paid. Air traffic controllers are not being paid. And those three groups that I just named are incredibly important to the function of what we do as a country. They're being asked to work and not be paid. How long do you think that's going to last? The last time we had that long ass government shutdown, TSA workers stopped coming to work. Did. They were running on skeleton crews for air traffic controllers. Here we are. Oh, they're going to make sure. Yeah, ICE is still being paid. Yeah, we went through that yesterday, Simera. ICE will be paid. Will. Oh, that won't stop. Yeah, they're not. They do not want to open back up. They do not want this to stop. They do not want there to be an end to this government shutdown. Here we are. Hey, La Queen. In a little bit of good news, God be with us if we can find some. Look at my girl Regina. Regina, I see you in a few days. I'll be there Friday night, Regina. Okay? Me and Regina go have a drink this weekend. Regina, I'll see you Friday night. Down to the Virginia beach. I'll be there Friday afternoon, flying in to Norfolk. But yeah. Cause let me tell y'all something. If my job told me, yeah, come to work and not get paid, when I tell you I would tell them the fattest part of my asshole that they can kiss, I'm not going to y'all job. I'm not doing this work and not being paid. You don't believe that shit? You gonna be there Thursday, child. I'll be there Friday. Friday afternoon. Hey, Harold, Harold. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Enjoy Virginia Beach. Have I ever been to Virginia Beach? I don't know. I've been to Norfolk. I've been to Hampton. I don't think I've ever been to Virginia Beach. But yeah, let me tell y'all something. If these people at my job told me to come in and do work and not get paid, you can tell I promise you the fattest part of my asshole is what I would be telling them to kiss. But here's at least let me mix in a little bit of good news. The Supreme Court today allowed Lisa Cook to remain as a Federal Reserve governor for now, declining to act on the Trump administration's effort to immediately remove her from the central bank. In a brief unsigned order, the High Court said it would hear arguments in January over the Republican president's effort to force Cook off the Fed board. The court will consider whether to block a lower court ruling in Cook's favor while her challenge to her firing by Trump continues. The High Court order was a rare instance of Trump not quickly getting everything he wants from the justices in an emergency appeal. Cook will be able to take part in the remaining two Fed meetings in 2025, including the next month meeting of its interest rate setting committee in late October. Well, that's some good news. Separately, though, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments in December in a separate but related legal fight over Trump's actions to fire members of the boards that oversee other independent federal agencies, though the case concerns whether Trump can fire those officials at will. A second issue in the Supreme Court, before the Supreme Court could bear directly on Lisa Cook's fate, and that one is whether federal judges have the authority to prevent the firings or instead may only order back pay for officials who are wrongly dismissed. But we'll monitor the situation, though. We praying for you, Lisa. We praying for you. In some other good news, now, where my Texas people? Can I get all my Texas people to fall out the bushes, Quake, or whoever is in Texas? I don't want to get too. I know Ashton was in the chat earlier. He's in Houston. I don't want to get too excited yet, but we may have a little bit. We may have some action out of Texas. Okay, we may have some good news coming out of the great state of Texas. We don't want to count our eggs before they hatch. So the young man that you see on the screen, his name is James Tallarico. Now, he recently announced his bid for U.S. Senator. And they would be running for John Cornyn's seat. John Cornyn is up for re-election in 2026. He's even in jeopardy of being primaried by the Republican Attorney General in the great state of Texas, Ken Paxton. So John Cornyn got his own fight to have on the Republican side. But on the Democratic side, Colin Allred, who lost to Rafael Cruz this past election in 2024, he's declared that he's running again, right? So for the Senate seat. So he's running. Now, we found some problematic things with Colin Allred, and we found some things that showed us who he was and that he was one of those centrist establishment Democrats. So we're all off his, he's way off our radar. However, Texas State Representative James Tallarico is now running, and he's getting a lot of traction in Texas. He's already raised more than $6 million in his first 3 weeks. In the first 3 weeks of his campaign, and He's already outraised and outfunded Colin Allred, who is running as well. According to Tallarico's campaign, um, that is the largest a Texas Senate candidate of any party has raised in their first quarter. The campaign said 98% of the contributions were $100 or less, which means not big corporation backing. Tallarico said, quote, "We're underdogs in this fight against billionaire mega donors and their puppet politicians, but more than 100,000 people have answered the call to build a new kind of politics," end of quote. Now, he just announced his candidacy last month. Um, Colin Allred reported its third quarter earnings of $4.1 million since they launched their campaign in July. Yeah. So I'm here for this. I'm going to do my homework on Mr. Tallarico. He does have some the progressives are looking at him. I've heard some preliminary reports that there could be a groundswell. Hey, the Tea Lounge. There could be a groundswell behind him, like there was behind or like there is, I should say, behind Zoran Mamdani. We will monitor the situation and see what it is. Hey, Terry, you ain't that late, Terry. We was a little late today too. But Texas, my people in Texas, um have y'all heard about Mr. Tallarico? Let me tell you what area he's out of. He's out of He's out of Central Texas, around Round Rock. Round Rock is close to Austin. It's over there near Killeen, Austin, Texas area. It's near that area, Central Texas area. That's where that is. So he's an Austin area Democrat in that area. Austin is a very progressive area in Texas. Just so you know. But I just wanted to see if my Texas people had heard about Mr. Tallarico, James Tallarico. Um, right now we're in primary season, the informed. So I'm here for all of the contentious fights during primary season. And once we get who we want in the primary, then we can galvanize behind that individual. I'm hoping that he can continue this momentum, and because I don't want to see Colin Allred run again. You already lost Colin Allred last election cycle, and some of your centrist ideologies have reared their ugly heads. We've reported on some of that. And so yeah. Hey, Andre Shannon. But yeah, so Texas people, look out. Like I said, I plan to do a rundown of Mr. Tallarico. I want to get more information on him. But this is just some um preliminary reconnaissance in that Texas Senate race. He doesn't, Green Girl. All of the things that I've been looking up so far on him, he has no problem uh uh um getting in the streets and windmilling, and that's what we need. And he's 36 years old. You know, we need younger people on the left, none of these old ass people. So I'm here for it. We'll see how this goes for him. Like I said, we'll do a rundown and uh, um uh, uh, a candidate profile on him at some point. Let's go over to the great state of New Jersey. A New Jersey woman is let me put up the trigger warning here. Hold on. This is a trigger warning. Trigger warning. Okay. Hall monitors, can y'all put a trigger warning in the chat, please? Thank you. Trigger warning. Okay. This is coming out of the great state of New Jersey. A New Jersey woman is suing two law enforcement officers, claiming their offices left her naked and handcuffed outside when they raided her boyfriend's home 2 years ago. According to news outlets, the Gloucester County woman filed a lawsuit against the Franklin Township Police Department and Vineland Police Department for misconduct and excessive force during an incident in September of 2023. The civil suit reportedly states that the plaintiff was sleeping in the nude when police raided the home at 6 a.m. one morning. After she quickly covered up in a robe, officers handcuffed her, escorted her outside, and set her down in the front yard. However, at some point during the detainment, her robe came undone. Unable to clothe herself due to her handcuffs, the plaintiff said she asked officers to help her cover up, but they ignored multiple requests she made. The suit states that the woman sat exposed next to her boyfriend, as well as his elderly mother and adult daughter, for 45 minutes. During that time, she alleges that some of her neighbors even saw her naked. Quote, eventually, one of the officers brought a blanket to drape over her, but that did not fully cover her body and left her exposed. End of quote. And that's what the lawsuit says. No criminal charges were ever filed against the woman. Her boyfriend was charged with theft after police raided and investigated his home. The complaint also claims police seized the woman's cell phone in the raid and claimed they had a search warrant, but never showed the family one when they arrived at the home. The plaintiff was allowed to retrieve her phone at a police station days after the raid, according to the lawsuit. The suit also names the city of Vineland and the township of Franklin as defendants and seeks damages for excessive force, unreasonable search and seizure, and 5 other violations of the New Jersey Civil Rights Act. Y'all couldn't even let that woman put on some clothes. Hey, y'all, coming to the stage. We have Watermelon Sugar. Hey, Watermelon Sugar. Hey, Spicy Original. Listen. Hey, Ronald. First of all, this practice that they have of always, um, this practice that they have of saying that they have a warrant and never having one and just busting into people's houses, confiscating people's properties. This is why we always talk about the reform that's needed in law enforcement and in the criminal justice system. Because if there are laws and rules on the books, you have to follow them. Exactly, Terrence. That's why nobody trusts the damn police. And the judicial system then becomes complicit in allowing them to get away with this fuck shit. Let me move on. I feel myself getting triggered. Madison Cawthorn, who was ceremoniously booted out of Congress by his Republican Party when he was outed, when those pictures came up with him laid up with his boo thing, with his little boyfriend or a side piece or a boo thing getting stroked off and stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to make it seem bad. Bro, if you want to get one off, get one off. But understand, you are in the Republican Party. And you had not declared that you had entrance into the Rainbow Coalition compound via the back entrance that leads to the log cabin in that heavily dark wooded area. You know, on the Rainbow Coalition compound, way, 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 way in the back of the compound, there's a bunker underneath the ground that's for the DLs. And there's also in that same wooded area, a log cabin. Now, there's also a back entrance where you don't have to come through the front. It lets you through the back where you can go directly into those woods those deep dark woods and go to the log cabin or go underground into the bunker where the DLs hang out. I just want to give y'all, the topography of the Rainbow Coalition compound. You say they got glory holes. I'm sure they got many glory holes down there too. Oh yeah, he did have the situation with the glory hole. I forgot about that situation. The Inform, thank you for reminding us. Child. They would have definitely thrown him into the abyss. Like, he got this Spartan. If he was alive during the Spartan time, they would not even allow you to be. They would have thrown you into abyss to die. But, whatever. So, what's going on with Matt? Good old Maddie? Maddie girl Maddie. Well, former Republican representative from the great state of North Carolina announced today he's launching a congressional bid for Florida's 19th congressional district. The former North Carolinian filed his candidacy with the Federal Elections Commission today and told Fox News Digital he was motivated to run after the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, saying, quote, he knew there really was no option. I want to make sure the people of Florida have amazing representation in Washington, D.C., because I know exactly what happens in the swamp. There's so many people that take advantage of freshman members. End of quote. Now, he moved from North Carolina after, they, removed him from Congress and moved to Florida. He's running in that 19th district that is currently represented by fuck boy extraordinaire Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds is running for governor, and in order for Byron Donalds to run for governor, he has to vacate his seat in Florida's 19th congressional district. So Maddie, good old Maddie girl, she said that she's running for that seat. Mhm. It's over on the southwest corridor of Florida, Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. My brother and my dad live over in that area. hmm He previously represented North Carolina's 11th district. hmm But yeah, he running. Coming to a wheelchair ramp near you. Now look who rolled up in. Now look who rolled up into class late as hell. Only, only people coming from only people coming from there come this late. Hey chef, y'all had a lot going on today down to hey chef got hemmed up with trade, y'all. I don't be around there in the underground bunker. Back in my 20s, yes, Harold, I did, and even my early 30s. Right around about 32, I kind of stopped playing around in that bunker back there. I never was in the log cabin, but I used to go down there to the bunker. There's a way to get down there from the main complex on the compound. Like if you take the elevator, there's another basement underneath the basement, and there's a special button on the elevator when you go down there, and then there's a whole long corridor. You got to walk all the way out there, and it's all underground though, and that lets you down there to the bunker. I'll show you where it's at, Harold. I mean, I don't need to show you. You probably already know where it's at. I don't need to show you nothing, Harold. Hey, Jay Parrish. He was one of the ones that started talking about all of the sex parties and bust downs that the Republican Party have, and started telling on him. That's why he ended up getting outed. It wasn't the pictures, Ronald, that forced him out of Congress. It's when he started to tell about their sex parties. That's when they said, oh, hell nah, bitch. Listen, Terrence, these people really be over here pretending, okay? Oh, this is a Republican area. I don't know what you questioning for. I expect him to win. I fully expect him to win in that area. Not where is he running to? Who can I run to? Who can I run to? Feel this empty space and who can I run to when I need love? A porn skank. That's who you run to when you need love. A twink or a porn skank. He seems to have an affinity for twinks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Ciao. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta take this. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to take that. But yeah, Fran say only thing on you on him running is his oh, you know what? Yeah, it's way past the dark rooms. It's way back there. Y'all are really in here clowning. Child. Listen, I don't know nothing. I don't know what these people do, Jason. I ain't got nothing to do with it, okay? Child. Child. Xavier, you say Miss Maddie is a sword swallower through and through. That came from Xavier. Maddie girl, don't look at me, Miss Maddie. That came from Xavier. Xavier said you are a sword swallower. Xavier said you could take that whole rifle down your good throat. Xavier said you could take the whole barrel of that rifle right down your good throat, and that came from Xavier. Ciao. Well, listen, we'll monitor the situation, but Miss Maddie says she running. Okay, Miss Maddie. As we belly flop out of the sugar spike segment and deeper into the dossier, we learn of some sad news. Jane Goodall has passed away today at the age of 91. Listen, I think I saw 50 Cent put a special tribute to her on his social media, reminiscing on his younger days when she worked with him closely and other members of his family back in the days when she was doing work with silverback gorillas and stuff. 50 Cent vividly remembered that, and so he gave a touching tribute to Jane Goodall. I was a fan of Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall was one of those just good people who didn't have no mess, no foolishness. She was out here doing the Lord's work, taking care of the chimpanzees, and all of those things. Like the work that she does that she did was pioneering and so forth. I mean, just ask 50. Just saying. Look at this one. Look at Ronald. Talk about if Miss Maddie and Governor Hot Wheels ever get together and bump these. I don't know. But no, we love over here. We love Jane Goodall. Okay, we love Jane Goodall. We love her. We love her. We love her. May she rest in peace. In the ancestral plains, in the great beyond. Your work is done. You have done right. When the annals of time tells your story, they will speak well of your time here, Miss Goodall. Ciao. Ciao. But I saw that tribute that 50 did. Um it made me tear up. Made me tear up. Yeah, she was 91. But yes, if you grew up during a certain time, you were and you took science class, you had to learn Jane Goodall and all of her work. And it's great work she does, pioneer in science and primatology. Jane Goodall did at the age of 91. In more tragic news, um, we've learned today of the untimely death of Joshua Allen, who is the season 4 winner of So You Think You Can Dance. According to his family, members of his family, he was struck and killed by a train. The news broke early this morning. They're saying that he died in a hospital near his Texas home yesterday. And news near and this is near the Fort Worth area, in the Fort Worth area. The Fort Worth Police Department is telling news outlets that they got a call yesterday for a person who was struck by a train. But the investigation is still ongoing. But one of the family members said that it was him, that he was struck and killed by a train. So yeah, tragic loss. Great artist and dancer. Hate to see and hear things like this. He was just 36 years old. And certainly we're absolutely sending our prayers and condolences to his family, friends, and loved ones. Joshua Allen dead at the age of 36. I told y'all yesterday that this was the battle between projectile vomit and projectile diarrhea. I told y'all that yesterday. I told y'all there would be no depths from which these women would not go. I got a little bit of time. Y'all seem real invested in this. My commentary means nothing because I think both of these people are deplorable people. But if you feeling like you need to add your commentary to it, Barb's, Barty gang, and all of the other derelicts of society that stand after these people, after these two horrible people, you can feel free to come up here and say it with your chest. You ain't even gotta you ain't even gotta wait for me. But let's be clear. This is a fight between two detestable human beings. I'm just telling you what I know. Like, they done drug the cheering into this, and now, because we draw the line when you bring up the cheering, baby, they don't went to the bottom, to the 8th and 9th level of hell already. You know, people all of a sudden have morals and scruples about them when the children are involved. Oh my God, the children. Girl. Hello, sunny day. Uh, I mean, listen, I told you all yesterday that this was not going to end, that these were the two lowest of the lows that were willing to go low. All of this, oh, it's over now. Now let's meet me out here, meet me out there. I'm in New York, da 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 da. Girl, neither one of y'all is about that life like that. Oh, let's be clear. Nicki damn show ain't about that life. Cardi, you ain't about that life either. You want to know why, Cardi? Because your ass don't want to lose that money. Your ass don't want to lose the fucking money. So, who the hell is Have Mercy? Whoever Have Mercy is, please identify yourself. You're on mute. Somebody backstage named Have Mercy. Hello, Have Mercy person. Is that Chef? I mean, at this point. Yes, who is this? Oh, child, Demetria, you can't be coming up here with all of these with these new names and stuff.
You know,
Okay, that's the
it depends on what my alter ego is that day because
okay.
between this government shutdown and all this crazy stuff going on.
You know
Here's
these
what I'm
people like to troll us, so
no, I would never. First, I'm gonna say this. It's really sad that with all the accolades and all this that Nicki Minaj Granny speaks of and all the things that she's got. The main thing you will be known for is crashing out on fucking Twitter on everybody in the music industry. There is no way you have gotten into it with over 20 people in the music industry and you not be the motherfucking problem, ma'am. Me and Nikki, we are the same age, and there's a level of maturity that you're supposed to have at 42 years of age.
what
Now,
I would have hoped, Demetria, is because Cardi, you've seen Nikki do this all the time. You know that woman is not wrapped tightly. And you fell for the bait and engaged the hostile.
and
And my
that's and let me tell you this now Cardi know that Nikki is that way, and I think she was trying her best. But baby, that lady is pregnant, and baby, them you any little thing will
the
offend you and
hormones.
piss you the fuck off. Okay, like I dropped a fork when I was pregnant before, and I promise you, I was ticked off, okay, at everybody, and they didn't drop the fork. I dropped it. But first of all, Nikki. Now, I'm gonna say this. I don't believe in just coming out and just talking about people's kids, right? But if you come for my child, okay,
All bets
I'm
are off.
definitely coming for yours. I'm picking out every flaw, every booger your child got, every nappy nap they got on their motherfucking head. If they shit need retwisted, I'm calling all that shit. I'm talking about they shooting, talking about every fucking thing. So you can't tell people how to respond when you've carried a child in your womb for 9 months. Like you can't do that. But I really want this shit to stop. Like for real. After the day, I mean, come on, y'all, let's pack this shit up. Y'all should have packed it up 2 days ago. But for real, it's time to pack it up. It this is ridiculous. Nikki, please go do whatever you do. Go get you some help, ma'am, or whatever it is you need. You need some Prozac or something, and a good psychiatrist. You don't need to go just sit in therapy and be cute. Like you need to be. Her brain needs to be studied.
Oh wow.
I mean, she's unhinged. And like Tia Kemp said, you too old to be doing that Barbie stuff. And she was making fun of the way Nikki act. But for real, the Barb stuff. Come on, girl, let's get something else. You 42.
Oh wow. Xavier, what do you have?
That's all I got to say.
I just want to say that it went so far and so left. I don't even know where we are now. Now she's saying she's a prophet, that she and Papa Bear are the Jesus come
I
again.
saw that prophet situation. I said, you know what?
I just,
The
I
prophet of a
don't know.
corner stove, the prophet of a
Wait, let me read. Hold on.
street.
I think you put it in the members only chat, right, Xavier?
I think it was. I put a lot in there.
I
I'm
think
on
you. Wait, I
vacation.
gotta read this because I don't want
It's
y'all to
too
think we
much.
made
It's
this
too
up.
much. It's too much.
It's so much. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna put it up. Hold on, because I need the people to see this fuck shit. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. Okay, I got it. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna put it on screen, y'all. Hold on, I got y'all. Because
I
I
just
don't
don't
want
know
y'all
where
to
we
think.
got. I just know how we got this far. Now she's talking about Jay Z as a camel. Then she said fuck Mona Scott King. Then she said fuck Gail King. I don't even know what Gail King did.
Girl, these people are unhinged. I'm
Uh,
telling you.
you
Okay, here
know
we go. We
Nicki is
got it. Okay.
unhinged when she come for Tracy Chapman.
What Tracy
Tracy
do?
Chapman ain't bothered nobody.
She came
She's
for
still over
Tracy
there with
Chapman
the
too.
fast car.
All
That's
Tracy
all
Chapman
Tracy
do
Chapman is
is eat
doing,
Alice
looking for the
Walker's
fast
pussy.
car.
But now we have beef with her. What happened?
Tracy
I
Chapman
don't.
ain't do nothing but look for that fast car. That's
That's
it.
it.
No,
That's it.
Tracy
And
Chapman
and,
ain't
and
doing
Y'all
my
over
nothing
there
but ate
daughter's
bothering
Alice
dance
that
Walker's
team.
woman.
pussy. That's what she did. She ate
And my
Alice
daughter's
Walker.
dance team actually did a tap routine to Tracy's fast car.
I
But I
love
can't
Tracy
show it to you.
Chapman's fast car.
Yes,
Okay,
my
y'all.
child and her little friends tap dance the hell off of that song. Okay.
So here's the tweet, y'all. This is how unhinged this shit has gotten, y'all. Okay, let me read this because y'all probably thought we was making this. This shit done went way left. Quote: "Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm." The problem is they didn't know I was a prophet because they look at the outside and God knows the heart. So everything they did to me was a direct violation of the kingdom of God. Now they have to reap it with interest. Funny thing is, do you want to know who else is a prophet? Papa Bear, an even better prophet than Mama. He been saying amen and Jesus for a long time. His purity is what did them in. There are things I won't say that they tried. One lift of his finger, hand rebuked and sent back to sender. He protected his father. They are now in the first phase of grief denial. They know they're done. They just don't want to be. I have your way now. Holy Spirit. Now wait a minute. Wait, before y'all go, I didn't know that the requirements for being a prophet was simply saying amen and Jesus. And also, I didn't know that your purity test involved having allegations or being convicted of sexual assault and being labeled as a sex offender. I just didn't know. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let you go, Xavier. Go ahead. I don't know what else they want from me, Xavier. Xavier, you on mute if you're talking. I just wanted y'all to see that. I didn't want y'all to think I made that mess up. The woman said that not only is she a prophet, but her husband, yes, the registered sex offender, the one who's not allowed to be around children, the one who's not allowed to travel outside of the country unless he gets a judge order. He is a better prophet than her. And what makes him a better prophet is the fact that he says amen and Jesus.
No, she was talking about her son. That's not Papa Bear. Papa Bear is her son.
I thought she was talking about the registered sex offender.
No, Papa Bear is the
Oh.
baby. We just don't know the baby's name. We call him Papa Bear.
Everybody that say
Oh.
Lord, Lord ain't saved, and that's all I got to say.
Papa Bear is her son. I thought when she said Papa Bear, she was talking about the registered sex offender.
No, she
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
talking about Mister Petty
Mhm.
Petty Pickle.
No, she's saying that that Kenny is innocent and that Jamila lied. She's also saying that the little girl lied on her brother. She's saying that they're all liars, but everybody else's accusations are true. Everybody else's
I-
accusations are
If
true,
Kenny
but
is innocent, then I'm a virgin. And that's all I got to say about that.
I
But this needs
mean,
to stop. This is very nasty work. But I'm telling you, when she made that post that said culture vulture is ugly too, I looked at that tweet and I said, "Oh hell, Cardi finna take it there." But Kendrick Lamar once said, "If you take it there, I'll take it further." And that's something you don't want to do. So now, and look, Cardi read her down so bad. Now she up there talking about she a prophet. This is serial.
the woman
This
is
is serial.
manic. Nikki, see, here's what, but see what Cardi needs to do. We talked about this yesterday. This should have evolved into like Kendrick versus wheelchair Jimmy situation.
Hmm.
Because if she put it into a song, she could probably get away with just saying a whole lot of shit. Cardi could.
But
let's
but
But
let's
if
be
but
she
honest though.
Cardi Cardi has actually dissed Nicki and a few others on her album, so she already been in the
No,
booth
wait,
with
no,
her.
no, no, no. Let's be honest. She did not diss Nicki on her album. She dissed Nicki's lapdogs.
But my thing about it is she has a lot to lose with endorsements and sponsorships and stuff like that. So there's a fine line that she can go down. And my point being that I feel like if you do like Kendrick did, put it in a song, say it's artistry of music,
Yeah,
and
because see,
dog walk
Kendrick,
that
he never
bitch.
addresses, he doesn't dress anything. He don't post
Exactly.
nothing. He moves when he moves, and
That's
I
how
have been
you
a
should
big
move.
fan of his. I do not care if that man don't come out with an album every year. He don't have to, because guess what? To Pimp a Butterfly album is still just as refreshing to me today as it was when it first came out then. So that man don't have to put out albums every day, and I wish people would move. And even Beyonce, she don't respond to it. And I mean, that lady has been dogged out. I mean, she's been dogged out,
And
but
that's
she
and that's
don't
a part of
respond. So I want Cardi to learn to not respond, and
oh, but,
especially
but that's the
to
point that I'm making, Demetria. When you get to a certain status, you have to
yeah, you
understand
gotta
that things
stop.
come with that. You can't respond to everything. You
Mm-mm, you
gotta
gotta
let that
learn to
shit
shut up.
go.
You look, if she look, I'm telling you, if I had the money Cardi had, I ain't gonna lie to you, I probably would be like, man, I would have gave her a very nice Alabama A&M educated read
But what
without
I'm saying
cursing.
is it's not even worth that because like Cardi B and her career trajectory where it's going it could be at Nicki Minaj's in terms of accolades. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Accolades
and
with
Um,
two albums.
she even said that
no, I'm saying
Nikki
her
has
trajectory. If
accomplished.
she keeps going, that's what I'm saying.
Uh,
Yeah,
She
one
could,
you
day
know,
she's
if she
far
keeps
away.
going. But the point that I'm making is, I don't want her to engage and then you take things too far. And we live in Trump's America now, where you could say the wrong thing
and it'll get
and
you toe up.
they will drop you from everything and not think twice about you, and you'll be back on the pole down to the Brooklyn
Well,
or
the
the
thing is,
Hmm.
Bronx
Cardi
or
already took
wherever
it too
you from.
far. Cardi already took it too far when she said that baby was slow. I'm sorry, Cardi. You lost me
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
but I told you these are two detestable people.
And the thing is, Cardi had the moral high ground for a long time until she did this, and it further proved that she is one of Nicki's sons. You are just Nicki Minaj in a younger, less talented format. Like, you didn't have to take it there. You could have made Nicki look like a fool for talking about your daughter. You could have went off, but instead you tried to play her game, and now we see you for who you really are, which is just
I
a
don't know if
Nicki
we see
light.
her for who she is. Rather, we see her for who she always been. We're not. I'm not. Nobody should be surprised that Cardi B is a gutter snipe right up out the hood. She's been that since we met her on Love and Hip Hop New York.
I thought she would grow by now, but this last few months between her getting pregnant by that man with his cases, and now this,
Pregnancies
she.
do not change gutter snipes. Look
I,
at Akbar V. She got like 39 kids, and she's still a gutter snipe right up out the hood.
Well, Akbar's a special case. That's Akbar is very, I don't know. That's a whole different case. But again, that's another one of Nicki's lapdogs. This is what I'm saying. Cardi, you are just like the women that Nicki surrounds herself with. You are her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
That's
why
but Xavier, that's what I was trying to say yesterday. These are two of the same horrible types of people. One might be vomit, one is diarrhea. Both equally horrible, just come out of two different ends of the body. When you get the stomach virus, you end up with both of them. And now we're caught in this fucking stomach virus, better known as Cardi versus Nicki. Oh, but that's not the only people windmilling today. We have two feuds today. So, hey, y'all can stay up here if y'all want to.
what the
But
hell
we have
is
not,
Santana wearing? What is that?
baby, listen.
I'm
We
sick of
have
Jatavia. I'm so sick of
JT
Jatavia.
versus,
I'm sick of Jatavia.
we have JT versus Saucy Santana. They out here in the streets windmilling via Twitter.
And then JT start this. Then JT start this. Saucy wasn't doing nothing to her, right? Am I
Yeah.
right or am I wrong? But Saucy one's the bearded.
Well, no, he
He went.
rapped the part where Cardi was dissing her on the album.
Mm, mm,
Listen.
mm.
Now I have, see if I can get this and make this big. Hold on. Cause these people been out of order. Okay. So let me see it. I think this is this is the first one right here. Okay. So I think this was the first tweet that came up, right? I think that was the first tweet that came up. She claimed that Saucy called her ugly. And then she said, I've been dragging his big dirty ass for hours. Let's bring it to the world. He called me ugly and I lost it. That was then followed up with these tweets right here, where she said, he done got paid to promote a diss fat poor asshole. You a whole lame. Broke ass bitch. You broke and them bags ain't real. Never been no fake bitch ever. Bitch is mad. I didn't want to hang out. I didn't want to crack jokes. I'm about my business. And that's why my trap's still jumping. And all this fake talk, come to the TL and let these people know the truth before I take it to hell. Then there was this. She said, his goal is to make me feel lonely. Like who lonely? Who a mutt? Why would I jump when I live in a beautiful life? Um, I
JT
think that
don't
was
get in the booth. Get in the booth, hoe. Like for real. I'm sick of her.
because Saucy said, who is you bitches? I know it's lonely in that house. Two mutts living over the water. Don't jump. And that was her response. And then there was this. Saucy said, "Buy you cars to keep ignoring you. You be happy, and he aggravated. Stop talking about niggas. You an aesthetic for him. Rockstar takes dingy bitch out the hood." She said, "Thank Uzi, you'd still be in flea market Chanel if you ain't have a bitch style to steal." And they were not done. And then there's this. Mind you, Santana a trick. Where your car at? Worried about my nigga. When you pay for dick. Traded your career to do tricks out of the hookah lounge in Atlanta. You scum bum ass bitch. Bring your fat ass here, ho. And then there's this. These people, y'all are losing y'all's mind. Punk ass punk, you fucking with the real down south Dade County bitch, not a colonizer. You fucking poser, bring your birth certificate to the flow hole. You ain't really from the town. I don't give a fuck how many dicks you sucked out of Florida. That ain't your hood. Now she got a point. He ain't from Miami. I've been saying that for a long time. He do be trying to claim Miami, but he is not from Miami. Just like sucking Hannah ain't from Miami. But that's a whole different story. And then there was this calling me jealous and lonely. Bitch, nah, the gag is y'all bitches thought y'all was gonna leave me behind. Look at you on TikTok begging for cowboy hats and dick. Saucy then said this. Hold on. Saucy then said this because you people at this point are just unhinged. If I violated you privately when you texted my phone this morning, why are you on the timeline? I asked you to keep it in the messages. And if you did want to be an internet ass to post bitch to post everything. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Oh, he was not done. Dear God, these people. He said, "Where can I go live? It's too much to type. Where can I go live? It's too much to type. Let's break this shit all the way down from the beginning. Always talking about fraud. Fraud. You the most fraudulent ass bitch I know. It's in your DNA and mugshots, apparently. Stop picking on me. Think I'm a weak link. You always bringing me in some shit. Nicki played in your face and laughed in your face while doing it. But instead, you whacking me and trying to use the barbs for a rollout. Now Nicki told them it's a blackout. I ain't got to throw shade to get a fan base." And the last thing, at least that I have, God be with us, is him posting their text messages. He said, "Who the fuck listening to this bullshit anyway? You. Who didn't listen to City Cinderella is the two women attention you begging for on the internet, dummy." Um and that's their text exchange. I love Bounce. Wait till Bad to the Bone drop. Bounce is fun to start off from the spring summer. Thank you, baby. You knock off wanna be at B ass bitch. It's up forever with you dirty ass bitch. You'll never ever be me fanned out ass bitch. How you hate on a bitch you wanna be. Bitch went to your hairstylist asking for a widow peak. I don't even fuck with you, dirty ass stalker, obsessed ass bitch on TikTok, going against the grain for galaxies and cowboy hats, poor ass bitch. Can't even say why your groupie. I don't. Let
This
me
is too much. This is just too much.
apologize
This is
to
too much.
everybody in the chat that you have now lost brain cells. That is what they say. She is a whole ass crack baby. They say her mama used to buy crack off of 61st and 13th. They say her mama used to buy crack off of 61st and 13th down there in the hole. I mean, out down there behind the stove. I mean, that's north of 61st Street and 13th Avenue. They did say that's what her mom used to buy shit off of. I mean, what do I know? I just grew up in Liberty City across the street from the Beans, but who am I?
I don't know how this started.
I don't know either.
The text messages don't clear anything up. They make it seem like she's frantic.
Like these people are off their beds, okay? Somebody find a psychiatrist for everybody in the fucking music industry. Please. Please.
At least with like Kendrick and Drake, we got some music out of this. We got nothing out of here. I don't get it. What are we doing this
I
for?
just need somebody to find a good psychiatrist for all these. entertainer. Fred say Jesus be a grammar check. Baby, listen. Oh my God. Please, Lord, help me. Wait until Friday. No, Antonio, don't tell me that.
Friday for what? The music to drop? That's too late. That's too much. That's too much. We need to end it today. Either put the song out today. Y'all had since last night to go to the studio. Kenya, Kendrick dropped the song in 20 minutes after Drake responded. What's taking y'all so long? Y'all gotta wait 3-4 days. This started Tuesday night. It's Wednesday. This should be over by Wednesday night. I'm sick of this now.
Oh, Diddy verdict is Friday. Oh, okay, okay.
What that got to do with anything? None
Maybe
of the
that
people.
maybe he could help them make some music. I don't know.
What that got to do with them?
Xavier, I
Carisha
promise you I don't know.
Carisha ain't in the beef yet, and she's coming. We all know somebody gonna swing for Carisha soon, and then Carisha gonna come out, and then she gonna say some ignorant stuff.
Again, y'all, I am tired. We started off with the government shutdown. We here with these people fighting. I don't know what y'all. Here's a video to get your mind. If you thought the world was bad enough, it could always get worse. You could live in New York City. You could be living in New York cities and have to take the subway where people do this.
Son, I would never ride the train ever again, son. Son, this is heinous activity, son.
What's
Look
that?
at this this is
Is that what I think it
diabolical.
is? Is this AI?
Yo, this
No,
is
that's
not
not AI.
diabolical, son. This is beyond that. This is nefarious activity. Who does that?
Is he?
Son, what?
That is proof that it could always be worse.
Is he?
I don't, Xavier, I have no answers for you.
Is he
The
practicing for
man
a
is
strip
rubbing his
club?
ass crack on all of the poles down to the damn subway in New York City. What do y'all want from me? I'm just here. I just report on the news, okay? Thank you for coming up, Xavier, and giving us your all of your commentary on the fight between uh, vomit and diarrhea. We thank you for your updates.
Sorry, I gotta go. This is ridiculous. They're still going.
Oh Lord, go put it in the members only chat, Xavier. Xavier said they still going. He'll put it in the members only chat for us. Shout out to Demetria and Xavier. God be with us. Glorilla is in the dossier today. She said that she's calling out the Georgia law enforcement after she was arrested this past July for that marijuana charge that we talked about over here. She said, quote, I feel like me and my brother and sister, we were victims in this situation, but somehow they're going to try to paint us out to be suspects. And I just feel like it's all the way wrong. End of quote. I mean, she's right. She was the victim. They did break into her house. And all of a sudden, she ended up in jail. I'm just saying. But she said they treated her like a whole ass criminal. She said, quote, the most egregious part is that there seems to be no movement whatsoever in this home invasion, but rather within 24 hours, there were warrants for my arrest for a marijuana possession case. End of quote. Baby, listen, I don't know why you forget, Glorilla, that this is a red state, Georgia. Now, well, let me take that back. You are a victim of the Indiana. Isn't she from Indianapolis? Where's she from? Oh, no, I think she's from Tennessee. I think she from Memphis. You are a victim of the Memphis public school system because you were the one who said you didn't believe that foxes were real animals. So I probably shouldn't expect, hey, butterfly, I probably shouldn't expect you to know that Georgia is a red state and the police officers in Georgia don't give a damn about you. Ciao. CK Omelette says she on the subway right now. Don't touch nothing, CK. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing, CK. Don't touch nothing. Glorilla, I mean, you got lawyers. I'm sure they'll take care of it for you, ma'am. Glorilla, I don't have nothing else for you, ma'am. Go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
In other news of people wanting us to be upset about some shit that we don't give two damns about, Young Thug says that him and Mariah the Scientist broke up. He revealed when he was talking with Aiden Ross on live, he said, quote, I got broke up with, but I still got a girl. She probably don't got a boyfriend, but I got a girl. End of quote. I, I, I just don't have, I don't have the brain capacity, y'all. I do not have the brain capacity for these people. Sir, go with God. Get off our screens. Get out of here.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
Lord. In more news of raggedy ass people that I don't give a damn about. Simon Gobbledygook, however you pronounce his last name. He's gonna be Simon Gobbledygook as far as I'm concerned. Jesus God. So apparently, he has formally requested that the Nigerian government revoke his sponsorship for her residency permit. According to an affidavit filed in the High Court of Justice of Kaduna State, Simon Gobbledygook claims he initially supported her application during their marriage. However, following their divorce, he believes he is obligated to withdraw his sponsorship. He told TMZ, quote, it was brought to my attention that by the Nigerian government that she traveled to Nigeria in December 2024 using a document that had been issued to her during our marriage. I was advised that given our legal divorce, I have a duty to withdraw the sponsorship associated with that document, end of quote. He then went on to say, quote, she will not be welcomed back to Nigeria for the same celebrations this year, end of quote. I mean, did we expect? I mean, Portia, you better apply for a visa like the rest of the people, and get it over with. You still trying to use his name and stuff? You divorced Mr. Gobbledygook. You can't be going over there trying to be on residency visas and stuff using the man's name. I hope you didn't think that was gonna work out. Katrina said hit the goddamn like button before she lose her damn mind and go off on you people. I mean, it is petty, but he do have a point. We ain't married no more. You over here suing me for all this money. I ain't doing you no more fucking favors. The fuck? I'm just saying. Anyway. This man right here. Jesus God. In our last story of the day, praise you, sweet 7-pound, 3-ounce baby Jesus. Tyrese finds himself in a pickle. I was going to do the Ray J lawsuit, but I just didn't have it. Was just way too much for me today. I don't have the energy. So I'll say that for Really B. I know Really B will cover Ray J and all he got going on. So we'll talk about Tyrese and his legal troubles So if you're not familiar with what Tyrese had going on, Tyrese apparently his dogs, he has Cane Corso Mastiffs, and his Cane Corso Mastiffs allegedly broke out of the pen or out of the fence and mauled and killed his neighbor's Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Mm-hmm. Fulton County authorities said they had warned Tyrese multiple times about his dogs getting loose. Um, Captain Nicole Dwyer informed the Associated Press that there were several prior complaints about his large dogs roaming freely in the upscale Buckhead neighborhood. Police searched his property days after the attack, but found neither him nor the dogs. He was given until September 26th to turn himself in, yet failed to do so. Police Chief Dwyer told People magazine, quote, according to his attorney, he is getting his affairs in order, but he has known he has a warrant for over a week and has failed to turn himself in as requested, end of quote. Now, Tyrese's attorney, whose name is Gabe Banks, insists that the actor is cooperating and has since rehomed the dogs. How are you cooperating and you have a whole ass warrant and you ain't turned yourself in yet? Let me shut up. He also offered condolences to the grieving family, whose 5-year-old dog reportedly died from puncture wounds and internal bleeding. Your condolences ain't gonna help. Baby, the people want money because you know dogs can be expensive. And if you know anything about dogs, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel is a very expensive dog, especially if it's a purebred. What that's an expensive dog. Them the kinds that they be having in the Westminster dog show and shit. It's one of them little toy dogs that dog probably costs thousands of dollars. And you over here talking about prayers and condolences to you and your loss. Bitch, what? Yeah, they around here breeding Cujo and shit. Listen, they gonna put your dogs to sleep. You might as well get on camera and start crying now, Tyrese. Tyrese, just get on camera now and start your cry fest now, because they're gonna put you in jail. They're gonna abscond and abduct and take those dogs in and put the dogs to sleep. So you can go ahead and start crying now. They say they done told your motherfucking ass countless times, keep them mangy, raggedy ass dogs out the fucking streets. This ain't the fucking hood. We're living in an upscale neighborhood in fucking Buckhead, and you around here got your raggedy ass dogs roaming around, attacking people, biting dogs, killing other people, animals, and all your stinking ass got to say is my prayers and condolences to them and their laws. Hey, Angela, girl Tyrese, they gonna put them dogs down. They are. I mean, it's the gall of him. It is the gall of him saying that he offered condolences to the grieving family. Child, you'll be mourning the loss of you'll be mourning your loss in just a bit. Right, Tracy? Just lock him up. Just don't lock him up. Just take him away. We don't want him no more. And I'm not saying you got to lock him up in a jail, but maybe an insane asylum. Maybe maybe he can be institutionalized. Right? Cane Corso Mastiffs are big dogs. Them dogs went and ripped that other dog to shreds. Child, he ain't been baby boy for a long time. Jayla, he ain't been baby boy for a long ass time. Anyway, that's the whole dossier for today, y'all. We made it through. We made it through. Okay. Hey, kiss my cheeks. We made it through the whole dossier today. Y'all know this was our attitude all the day. This was us all day today, y'all. We is tired. We is tired. We got government shutdowns. They threatening federal employees to be laid off. People got to go to work and not be paid. We got to deal with vomit, arguing with diarrhea. Cardi B arguing with Nicki. We got to deal with JT and Saucy Santana. We over here crying in the fetal position because Young Thug broke up with Mariah the Scientist, done broke up with Young Thug. I'm not calling you Mariah nothing. The only Mariah, I only acknowledge two Mariahs. My queen Mariah Carey and the Wind Mariah from the Broadway play Paint Your Wagons. They call the Wind Mariah. Those are the only two Mariahs I know. This scientist chick, I promise you, this chick probably, do you even have a degree from anywhere in America calling yourself a scientist? Let me shut. It's a lot going on. We is tired, y'all. Listen, Tiffany, we is tired. We is tired, okay? We is tired, Tracy. Jalen, it is a lot going on. We is tired. We don't have the energy for this bullshit. We do not have the energy. If she does have a degree, I question the accreditation of the institution where she got that. When you decide to lay up and be in a relationship with the likes of Young Thug, what the fuck did your money go to? We is tired and fatigue. We is tired and fatigue. Butterfly say we is tired and what is we gonna do? Baby, I'm finna go have a drink. I'm finna go lay down and have me a drink. That's what I'm about to do. That's what I'm about to do. Listen, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. We will. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. If you would like to donate to the platform, you could do so using that QR code. We are over here always doing the Lord's work, bringing you all of the politics and news and stories that that um that we need to be concerned with. So I thank you all for obliging me and being over here and listening to my ranting and raving over here. Really B should be going live at any second. So I'm going to send y'all over to her class. We going over to Really B's class. She'll be live. She'll give y'all the updates on Cardi B and Nicki. She'll give you updates on the Ray J lawsuits with the Kardashian skanks and so forth. Did y'all enjoy yourselves today? Because I sure enjoyed y'all. I did. I enjoyed y'all today. Put a 27 in the chat if you enjoyed yourself today, because I sure enjoyed y'all. I did. Thank you, The Informed, for your Cash App, The Informed. Thank you, sir, for your Cash App. You are always contributing to the platform, and I am always eternally grateful for what you do to contribute to this platform. Listen, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. That's all I got for y'all. Let's go over to Really B and clown over there. Let's go over to Really B and clown down to the Really B. All right. Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.